United States. Now back and going up the boards. Deflected by Matthew Kachuk. Kept alive by Germany.
Let's play Jack Eichel defensively there. Germany had something going, but Eichel came back and shut that play right down.
Punched that ahead by Tiffles. A hit by Matthew Kachuk. Knocking Szymanski to the ice. And now the United States goes for a change.
Brady that is with a little hit on Leon Draisaitl right as Draisaitl was getting in the door to the right of me.
Brisbane back to play the puck for...
Uh-oh.
To play the puck for Germany. Then Stutzla on the ice, shot by Boldy. Kicked aside by Franzrek. Dave Kinsel over for the United States. Tied up by Bismuth. Austin Matthews and Tim Stutzla. Puck sent back around by Boldy. Franzrek settles it down. Moves it up the boards in glass. Matthews went to cut around Stutzla. Matthews knocks the puck down. Here is Kinsel towards the net. Then Boldy stopped by Franzrek. Early chance for the United States. Now Stutzla with the puck for Germany.
Boldy was just in a little too tight on Franzrek and wasn't able to elevate that forehand shot right in front of the net.
Puck sent into the United States zone by Tooley of Germany. Now Werenski retains Thompson. Thompson with Bill Larkin and Clayton Keller, who replaces Kyle Cutter in the lineup tonight for the U.S. Now Sanderson in behind the net. Thompson has scored a power play goal in game one. Dropped by Sanderson. Thompson got a stick on it. And now Michaelis puts the puck ahead for Germany. Here's Cahoon playing in the NHL. Puck blocked aside by Hellebuck. Thompson over for the United States. Had it taken away by Michaelis. And now it's Werenski of the Columbus Blue Jackets. Sanderson works the puck back around. And as the U.S. goes for a change. Brock Nelson on the ice with Jack Hughes and J.T. Miller. Hughes has been outstanding over the first few games.
A smart play there by Jack Hughes. Make sure you just get the puck in deep, not looking to turn the puck over.
Alexander Eels shoots in for Germany. Number 8, Bias Reeder. There's Reeder with the puck. In with a shot against blocked.
McAvoy with the block.
Now Brock Nelson and across the Germany line for Hughes. Got Hughes tied up. Good back check by Nico Stern of the Minnesota Wild. Germany has iced the puck 3 minutes in.
Well, what a chance for Matt Boldy early. Turnover by the Germans. Matthews to Kensel. He's all by himself, and just in a little bit too tight. And it's tough when you're in tight like that, especially on your forehand to elevate the puck. If you're on your backhand, your hands are more in front of you. You have more control and a lot easier to get that puck up elevated on the backhand. But a good quality chance there for Matt Boldy, who scored a real nice goal last night against Denmark.
The Eichel unit back out for the United States. There's Quinn Hughes out for Matthew Kachuk with a drive through a screen. Shut by his brother Brady in the save made by Franzrek. Canada and Slovakia have clinched a bye into the quarterfinal round. One other game across town, Denmark beating Latvia 3-2 midway through the third period. The 3 first-place teams and the top second-place team receive a bye into the quarters. The other 8 must play games in the playoff round on Tuesday. We will keep you posted on all of the permutations throughout this game. It will become a little bit clearer once the Denmark-Latvia game ends. The United States, with a win of any kind, will clinch the top spot in their group. Puck carried out of the zone by Visman, brought back in. Germany offside. What a game earlier today for Macklin celebrating, and he's been tremendous throughout the tournament.
What a tournament. Goal in every single game for Team Canada. He scored on a penalty shot in that game against France. the fourth leading scorer in the National Hockey League, sometimes gets out on the ice for John Cooper's Team Canada. But the top two scorers in the National Hockey League, and Connor McDavid and Nathan McKinnon, and that line has been flat out lights out for Team Canada, and that's celebrating one of the MVPs of the National Hockey League to this point in the season.
19 years old, wants the puck all the time on the ice. That's what I see at ice level. Incredible confidence that youngster has. He's been terrific for Canada so far.
Big hit Brady Tkachuk on Leon Draisaitl, as you mentioned, Bush, a little bit earlier when they were both exiting the ice. But I'm sure that will continue. See if that matchup continues for head coach Mike Sullivan and Team USA. The ankle line against the Draisaitl line of Team Germany.
Canada has won all three of their games. They've outscored their opponents by 17. And goal differential comes into play as far as the tiebreakers. Now Werenski for Gensel. Nate Gensel gets the puck in. 4.5 gone by. First period here in Milan. As Kingler plays the puck across for Germany.
A couple of times.
Lucas Schmeichel into the shot, and it's knocked down, covered by Hellebuck.
Nice move there by Lucas Schmeichel.
Sidney Crosby, a major factor once again earlier today for Team Canada, now has 16 points. And that is the most by a Canadian player during the Olympics in which the NHL has participated.
Continue to dominate 21st season of the National Hockey League. Of course, the captain of Team Canada, the captain of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Just to finish that thought, a couple of times for Team USA in the offensive zone, they make some poke plays back to their defense at a blind play. You want to make sure you don't want to give any free odd man situations to Team Germany.
Blake Keller on the ice, number 91. His first game of the tournament. This is Keller. Keller maintains control of the puck. Cross-ice pass picked off and cleared. Quinn Hughes racing back. Sidney Crosby with a goal and 2 assists in the game earlier today against France. Hughes leading the United States in ice time. Over the first 2 games, over 22 minutes, they've rest 7 defensemen. Here's Bo Seider with the Detroit Red Wings on goal. And it's gloved by Hellebuck. The entire roster on Team USA comprised of NHL players, 7 on the German side, and 4 others who have played in the NHL in past seasons. Got carried out by Jacob Slavin.
Look at JT Miller there. I'm sure he deflected that puck, he got it in deep, and it went for a change.
Now Reeder, nice pass ahead. Here comes Nico Stern, a 2-time Stanley Cup champion. With Colorado and Florida, the puck deflects into the United States bench.
How's the energy level down there tonight, Bush?
Very good. Very good. I think this is the best atmosphere we've had yet for a USA game. It certainly feels like a pro-Germany crowd. A lot of chanting going on. I think this is good for the United States. I mean, let's face it. You know, the opponents that they face in the first couple of games, not as stiff as what we're going to see here tonight against Germany. I think the U.S. needs this. They need to be in a game where it means something. Obviously, a win gives them the division win in their group. And the fact that it can be somewhat of a hostile environment, I think this is a good setting for the United States to get their game going.
And Mike Sullivan told his team just that. He said, we need to think of this game as an NHL playoff-type atmosphere.
Good hit by Brady Tkachuk on Draisaitl, and ended up forcing a turnover, and Team USA's got something going in the offensive zone.
Now Draisaitl with the puck. Throws it back onto the stick of Fishman. Up the boards. Germany offside. 6.5 gone. In a scoreless first period, we check in with Catherine Tappan.
Team USA is playing with a pair of special people on the forefront of their minds. 7-time NHL All-Star Johnny Gaudreau and his brother Matthew. were killed by a drunk driver in August 2024. Johnny was 31 years old. He was considered a strong contender to make the U.S. Olympic team. There you see his jersey hung in the locker room, and Zach Werenski, his teammate in Columbus for his final 2 seasons, and one of his best friends said Johnny's a guy that would be in Milan at the Olympics, and he was one of the greatest U.S.-born hockey players of all time. It means the world playing for him, playing for Matthew, and we want to make them proud and bring home a gold medal, guys.
Great scene at the World Championships last year. His spirit alive without any doubt. USA Hockey and his men's team here in Milan.
So here is Zach Werenski, his teammate in Columbus.
Having himself a heck of a season, a Norris Trophy type season on the back end.
20 goals for Werenski. He was terrific in the Four Nations last February, led the entire tournament in scoring with 6 points.
You guys during that TV timeout, Matthew Tkachuk was up to Matthew Tkachuk things. An awful lot to say to Leon Draisaitl here in between the benches, and to some other players as well. Get a lot of that in the Stanley Cup playoffs between the Florida Panthers and the Edmonton Oilers with Matthew Tkachuk, and he certainly got the message from Coach Mike Sullivan to treat this like a playoff game. He's got them out going here tonight.
And he used to play in Calgary. He was playing Oilers rivalry as well. So they have seen a lot of each other, including the Stanley Cup final each of the last 2 seasons.
I think for an entertaining night to be down here, if he keeps it up.
Let's see how it goes.
Trucks in by Lucas Reichel. Werenski with it for the United States. Penalty coming up here. And this will go against Kingblom of Germany.
He got his stick tied up with Matt Boldy along those near boards right in front of Team USA's bench. Boldy does a good job of puck protection.
Ja, Knot is to be blocked, so many.
There you see the stick around the gloves and waist of Matt Boldy. And both referees actually put their arms up at the same time. That's where you beat the referee to the scorer's desk if you're the guilty party.
The United States 2 for 5 on the power play. Puck is carried out by Eel. Matthew Tkachuk on the ice with Eichel, Thompson, Matthews, and Quinn Hughes. Thompson and Matthews have the power play goals in this tournament for the United States. Puck is cleared by Eel.
Two good plays are short-handed for Team Germany, and he gets high fives all the way around when he comes back to that bench.
30 seconds gone to the penalty. Here's Eichel. Jack Eichel, 4 points, leading scorer for the United States. And now Leader sends the puck down ice. Tobias Reeder, excellent penalty killer during his time in the NHL. He's always among the leaders in shorthanded goals, so they have to keep an eye on him. 2 United States players collide. Boston Matthews and Jack Hughes, and it led to a scoring chance for Reeder of Germany. Now it's Brady Tkachuk. Tkachuk, next man to the puck. Brother Matthew. Out to Jack Hughes. 50 seconds remaining on the Germany penalty. Hughes, cross ice. That led Werenski playing the puck along the near boards.
It was Boldy that had that chance.
Half minute to go on this power play for the United States. Here comes Jack Hughes. Looking to feed Boldy. Picked off by Draisaitl. Kept alive by Gensel. Now Brady Tkachuk for the United States. Penalty time winding down. Puck comes back out to Gensel, and now Werenski. Zach Werenski. Back for Gensel. Jack Hughes down low. Brady Tkachuk looking for the puck. Werenski. Now Gensel. Cross ice pass saved by Frontrell. Now out in front, Gensel, another save as the penalty expires. Stutzler So offside.
Well, power play that really couldn't get anything going early came to life late on that power play, and you look in behind, there's that collision. Matthews and Jack Hughes. Matthews never saw Jack Hughes. He was trying to get off the ice, and then Hughes kind of toe picks there. So a tough shift there for 86 White, but what a chance out in front of the net. Lundgren with a really, really nice stop there.
United States and Germany scoreless. We played nearly 10 minutes. There's Sanderson. Puck sent in deep. Nelson lets it go through to Trocheck. Now J.T. Miller trying to get it back in front to Nelson. McAvoy had trouble with the puck. Over the head by Reichel. And now deflected along by Vincent Trocheck. Both siders. With it for Germany. McAvoy pitching. And Germany moves it down into the United States zone. Slavin in pursuit. J.J. Peterka of the Utah Mammoth in on the forecheck. Pass was blocked off by Matthew Tkachuk. And now it's Jack Eichel with Brady Tkachuk. Looking to get it back to Matthew. Shot by Brady Tkachuk, stopped by Contred. Cahoon with the puck for Germany. Shots are 8-3 in favor of the United States. Here's Cahoon. Moving it on Faber.
Good close up there by Jacob Slavin. Shut that cycle right down.
Back around it comes. Fishman hustling over. Eichel got the stick on it. And now both teams make changes.
All play by Eichel, but very important. Extended shift. Got to make sure those pucks get out. Don't give Germany any free opportunities.
Now here's Eel. Moves the puck in deep for Sturm. Weeder battling for it. And the United States back up ice. Gensel. Now Boldy. Boldy looks to set up Austin Matthews. That comes back around to Matt Boldy of the Minnesota Wild. Out to the point, McAvoy. Near side, Quinn Hughes. Deflects into the crease.
They hit the post as well. Gensel with the tip.
Franzgren just took a stick and tapped it there and saying thank you very much.
Now Matthews flips the puck ahead. Puck flipped out of the zone. 8:15 remaining in the first period. Chance of USA from the crowd here in Milan in a scoreless game. Here comes Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl back out to the right side. Now over the left point. Turn around by Kabla. Draisaitl back out. Battle in the corner. Szymanski out to the right side. Kawaka. Past the stick of Szymanski. He has played in 5 games for the Edmonton Oilers this season. Number 44 for Germany. Line change by head coach Mike Sullivan with the United States outshooting Germany 10-3. Team USA had the game's first power play. Here's Stutzler.
Oh, good stick there by Jack Hughes defensively. That shuts down a possible chance for the Germans.
He was trying to get it over to Sider. Now Sider with the puck. Up the boards, Peterka. Now spinning with it is Stutzler. Brady Tkachuk's teammate in Ottawa. No Sider with it once again. J.J. Peterka. Running wide on Hannafin. Peterka. Sends it in behind the net. Cahoon moves it up the boards. Picked off. And now it's Eichel for the United States. Shoots in.
Jack Eichel's been 3 or 4 outstanding defensive plays so far for Team USA.
Matthew Tkachuk stopped by Franklin. Slavin found Tkachuk.
What movie is that? What TV show?
So, no shovel.
The double boy can do season streaming soon only on Disney Plus.
We play slow everywhere. Don't be hero. Ready to cook wearing a microphone for us tonight. Washington University belongs throughout the roster, along with the coaching staff and the management team.
He's taking a run at the right guy for Team Germany.
Now Quinn Hughes down low, centering pass, and Germany comes away with the puck. Here's Cahoon. Double marking it on the forecheck. Pass up the middle, broken up by Clayton Keller.
I like how USA is following pucks to the blue paint. Just a matter of time before they get the bounce that they're looking for.
Shots are 12-3. Favor of Team USA as Trent moves the puck up the boards. Comes to Keller. Now Larkin with it.
A good play by Larkin, see him on the wall there.
Here's Keller, shot from a tough angle and blocked. Quinn Hughes for the United States. Now Hughes takes the return. Fires, and that does not get through. Diving play by Cahoon, kept alive by Paige Thompson. Larkin and fisting. Fishman comes away with the puck for Germany. Counted by Getzel.
There again, a couple of tired defensemen out there for the Germans right now.
Austin Matthews keeps the puck alive in the Germany zone. Here's Wierenski.
Either score or they're going to take a penalty here. He got him under duress.
Matthews back out. Wierenski. Puck comes out of the zone. And now a couple of German players head to the bench. Getzel back out. Shot by Boldy. Handled by Fontrent. Under 5 to play. First period. Fontrent has stopped all 13. Peter Draisaitl, a three-time Olympian. 1988, 92, and 98, and now his son representing Germany. The United States 9-1 all time against Germany at the Olympics, including a big win in 1980. The game prior to the miracle game against the Soviet Union. The United States defeated West Germany 4-2. Shot wide to the left of Hellebuck. Charlie McAvoy through the neutral zone. From the red line, shoots in and then goes for a change. Sider. Well behind his own net for Germany. Germany only 3 shots on Connor Hellebuck. The United States with 13. Maximilian Fontrent. Now here's Peterka dropping it off. Up by Mueller, missed the net.
That was actually intended for Reichel, who was wide open, flying down the left wing side of the ice.
Reichel, 73.
For Team USA, Kenny, that one of the Germans stepped into it, didn't allow it to get to Reichel.
Reichel keeps the puck alive, down low for Peterka. Back out to Reichel. The Vancouver Canucks organization. Now Peterka. Pass broken up by Faber. He was looking for Stutzler. Back around it comes to Peterka, the former Buffalo Sabre. Long shift in the United States zone. Mueller, the cross. That saved by Hellebuck. Puck came loose. And it's kept at the line by Mueller. Here's Peterka for Stutzler. Oh, another shot, and that's blood held out to by Hellebuck.
Well, the best sustained shift for Team Germany in this first period. 3:03 left to go. Won a couple of foot races. Team USA, even though they were dog tired, they kept the Germans pretty much to the outside. And a little bit of a rebound there from Connor Hellebuck, but that was the most dangerous chance with somebody standing in front of the net.
Earlier, moments ago, probably about 4 or 5 minutes ago, a chance for Gensel that Bronsgren was able to fight off.
Saved by Hellebuck there on Fishman. Flights on and slides it across. Fishman pulls the puck in behind the net. Tipples, 95, who grew up with Leon Draisaitl, now playing together on the Olympic team. Keller pulls the puck ahead, and now it's Larkin with 2.5 to go in the period. United States and Germany scoreless. A win of any kind by Team USA. And they will clinch their group. Shot by Seider. Puck came loose after the save by Hellebuck. Now Draisaitl with it once again. Rink wide pass. Picked off by Clayton Keller. Here comes Draisaitl. Draisaitl for Seider and the save by Hellebuck. Germans over these last couple of shifts have had a lot of zone time in the USA.
Germany starting to get comfortable in this game. Last couple of shifts, creating some chances. Seider, their star defenseman, plays in Detroit, gets that puck to the net, and this last one, a shot from distance, but Hellebuck able to swallow that up. I think for Hellebuck, important that he gets some action too and get comfortable in his game. We saw his squad play in the offensive zone, but for him to make a couple of saves, he's got to feel awfully good to kind of get comfortable into this game as well.
Shots down 13-8. Germany with the last 5. Puck knocked ahead by Werenski for Matthews. Matthews took a hit from Michaelis. Puck comes out to the left side. Werenski back around. Austin Matthews.
Nice play there.
Now up the boards. Werenski for the United States. Across for a shot by Hannafin. And now Matthews unable to get the shot through. This will be an icing call against Germany.
I want to go back to a play earlier in the game, right? When you're in a tight game, you got to make sure you're making right plays. Charlie McAvoy's going to pitch in, but he knows that this man right here is Vinny Trocheck. He's going to come back and support him if he is going to be aggressive along the boards to keep pucks alive and plays alive. Excellent job by McAvoy and Trocheck. I know nothing happened there, but if you're going to have aggressive defense, you better have responsible defensively guys like that in Vinny Trocheck.
There's Matthew Tkachuk for Team USA. Big hit by Uller on Eichel. As they continue to battle for the puck, Brady Tkachuk comes in. All 3 United States forwards in that far corner. Puck is sent down by Michaelis. And this will be another icing call, so Germany must leave the same 5 skaters on the ice. We'll look at the updated standings in Group C. Denmark with a 4-2 win over Latvia. So 3 points apiece for Denmark and Latvia.
Latvia beat Germany yesterday, right?
And the United States beat Denmark. Latvia beat Germany 4-3 in their previous game. United States will clinch Group C with a win of any kind. And Germany with a regulation win to finish atop Group C. Puck sent around by Matthew Tkachuk for brother Brady. Final minute of the period. Eichel fanned on it. Now Quinn Hughes in to play the puck. Out to Jack Eichel. Long shot. Puck is loose. Matthew Tkachuk sent it through the crease.
No glove on.
Yeah!
Fuller with a whistle, and the goal will not count. He went long.
Oh no!
He lost his stick. Matthew Tkachuk had lost his helmet. And referee Wes McCauley of the National Hockey League was right in behind the German netminder. He's giving an explanation on why the play was stopped. Battle in front of the net. The cross check knocks the goalie over, loses his glove. And then the whistle comes here. Not sure why he blew the whistle.
The officials can blow it dead if the player's in the blue paint. They can blow it dead. Now I feel like he was pushed in there. Watch right there, push. To me, I mean that is all Germany that got back in the chuck in the blue paint there.
The rule reads the officials can stop play if an attacking player establishes position in the goal crease.
I don't know if that falls into the category. I think that may have been a quick whistle. As Matthew Tkachuk was pushed into the blue paint, made contact with the goaltender.
Germany controls the face-off. Snyder unable to clear the zone. Here's Gensel. Down to 25 seconds. Now Stutzler with the puck for Germany. Held in the zone by Boldy. Across it comes for Matt Boldy. Down to 15 seconds. He's hit by Stutzler. Now Paterka and Quinn Hughes. Puck played by Austin Matthews. Both sides.
Yes!
The United States strikes first. Late in the first period, under 9 seconds remaining. Zach Werenski with his first goal here on the line.
We talk about face-offs. About 20 seconds before this, 25 seconds, the Germans won the face-off. They were not able to clear the puck. Team USA was dogged. Matthews to Werenski. Oh, and right between the legs of Mo Seider. Pass front rep. And that is a huge goal push at the end of the period for the Americans.
Back-breaking goal for Germany to give up. I mean, they get out of this first period 0-0. It's been a hard-fought period both ways. To give up that goal for Germany.
That's the other period number 1.
Allow Team USA to score the goal.
Werenski from Matthews at 19:51 of period 1. There's Szymanski into the United States zone. Held up along the boards by McAvoy. Eichel swings the puck around. Played by Draisaitl. Not to the ice by Eichel. Puck sticked aside by Hellebuck. The United States win of any kind, and they would clinch the group. They would even clinch with a loss after regulation because they would finish with more points than Germany. 3 points for a regulation win. Here comes Paterka. Penalty will be called here against Team USA.
Germany will get their first power play of this game.
Number 9, USA.
Eichel charged with the hook. You see Paterka challenging Faber, and the stick gets in on the hands of Paterka. That'll be killed for the United States that have been perfect so far in this tournament.
They're going to get challenged here, Boo.
Oh yeah, much different with these group of talented players.
Stutzler out for Seider. Now Stutzler with the puck. Back out to Mo Seider. Draisaitl on the ice. Paterka. Szymanski shot by Stutzler, blocked. Played by Draisaitl. And a good stick there from Vincent Trochin.
The top pair of forwards for Mike Sullivan and Team USA. A couple of New York Rangers. teaming up, J.T. Miller and Vinny Trocheck.
On the penalty kill, now it's Brock Nelson and Dylan Larkin. Here comes Peterka for Draisaitl. United States, the only team that has not allowed a power play goal here in Milan. Here's Brock Nelson. Here's the United States short-hander off the glove. On the goaltender, Franzrev out in front. Franzrev covers.
Oh, what a chance for Dylan Larkin. Beautiful pass by Brock Nelson. Remember that stop by Franzrev. Turnover by Draisaitl. Partial odd-man situation. Now still the right thing. Good glove save. And now he stays with it. But I love how Larkin stays in front of the net, hoping and waiting that Nelson can find him, and he gets a great chance out in front. Just not able to cash in.
Trocheck and Miller back out as the penalty killing forwards for Team USA, along with Sanderson and McAvoy. Under a minute to go on the penalty. Here comes Stützle into the United States zone for Szymanski. Now Stützle with it. Around for Draisaitl. He cannot control. Down to 45 seconds on the power play for Germany. Germany wins in regulation. They will clinch top spot of the group. Now it's Peterka. Sanderson. Back for McAvoy. Pass Stützle and down into the Germany zone. 2.5 in second period. Second power play entered out for the Germans. This is Fistman. Fistman dropping it back for Cahoon. Dominic Cahoon. Now on the right side for Reeder. Pass was blocked off by Slavin. Now Faber over for Team USA. Reeder plays the puck back around. Off the stick of Slavin. Penalty expires. And now the lead pass for Eichel. Out of the box. Eichel moving in. And Franzrev looking for the puck. Penalty will be pulled here for interference against Germany.
Again, Fistman as he takes down Trocheck. But unfortunately for Jack Eichel, he had no speed coming out of the penalty box. That's why he couldn't get any separation. But did an excellent job of creating the chance on the back.
Yes!
Now Team USA go from the penalty kill to the power play.
Protection there by Eichel. You see he used that left leg to protect the puck. And another good save for the German goaltender, Franzrev. I mean, he's been sharp in this game.
Philip Grubauer of the Seattle Kraken started the first two. Fistman in the box for interference. Quinn Hughes on the ice with Eichel, Matthews, Thompson, and Matthew Tkachuk. Here's Tage Thompson, has a power play goal here in Milan. Quinn Hughes with a shot. Puck loose, they score! It got behind.
What?
Eichel, Matthews, Thompson, and Matthew Tkachuk. Here's Tage Thompson, has a power play goal here in Milan. Quinn Hughes with a shot. Puck loose, they
Yes!
United States.
A beautiful entry on the power play. Matthew Tkachuk makes a subtle little play when he gets the puck just inside the blue line. Right here, he gets it with Hughes. He shoots it to the net, and this puck bounces in off of Austin Matthews. But just a brilliant play all the way around by Tkachuk to find Hughes, and then no hesitation at all. Downhill, shoot the puck, and Team USA gets the power play goal.
They mentioned in the first period the idea of just funneling pucks and bodies to the net. You're going to get the bounces eventually. You certainly do there. What I liked about the United States was coming up with a huge kill on Germany's first power play. Germany got absolutely nothing. If anything, the United States gathered some momentum from that penalty kill with the chances they had shorthanded, and then the quick work done in the power play. So for the United States, the late goal in the first period, and then what looked like it could have been a momentum-shifting power play for Germany was not. And another big goal for the United States to go up 2-0.
Matthews from Quinn Hughes and Tage Thompson. 3 minutes, 25 seconds into the second period.
That should change because Matthew Tkachuk's the guy that redirected the puck over to Quinn Hughes. Doesn't matter. It's a goal for Team USA. But an excellent entry for Team USA to be able to create that chance off the rush.
Tonight, the first time the United States led after the first period in their 3 games here in Milan. They were tied at 1, had a couple of goals disallowed against Latvia on challenges, trailed 2-1 against Denmark after 20 minutes last night. And they have now extended to a 2-goal lead. As Gensel moves the puck back out to the point, McAvoy blocked off by Nicholas. Now Cahoon with a shot. That gets blocked. Gensel sweeps it ahead. Now Dylan Larkin. Matt Boldy moves the puck in deep. Larkin swings it around to Werenski. Childhood buddies. Puck set up the boards by Sider, Larkin's teammate in Detroit. Now the outlet pass to the Victor Arizona. Here comes Matthew Tkachuk. Spinning with it. Back for Eichel. Puck deflects out of play.
That was Brady Tkachuk with a massive hit.
What a hit here on Toomey by Brady Tkachuk. Absolutely levels him. And then Germany, I think they were close to getting too many men on the ice. Fabio Wagner, he ended up jumping in between the benches in my spot. He tried to get back to the bench. He was struggling to get over to his spot. I told him he's more than welcome to come sit with me if he wants, but he's currently scrambling after that hit, that exchange by the bench.
There's definitely enough room for him.
Oh, yeah.
Parker Toomey, who took that hit, played collegiately at Minnesota State, Mankato, a couple of years with Sioux Falls in the U.S. Hockey League. This is Kingwell for Germany. Up the boards and out. Puck gathered in by Faber, and then across to Hannafin. United States with goals from Werenski and Matthews, leading Germany 2-0. Looking to finish 3-0 here in Milan. That shot missed the net. Off the stick of Brock Nelson, kept alive by Werenski. Up by Sanderson, deflects out of play. 5.5 in second period.
Well, how about the Tkachuks once again? I mean, you talk about a pair of guys that can drag everybody into the fight. Physical right off the start. And Mike Sullivan made mention he wanted this to feel like a playoff game for this team. And who better than Matthew and Brady to do the talking and do the walking as well. They've been around that blue paint all game long. And continue with this latest hit by Brady Tkachuk on Toomey there. Great stuff by the Tkachuk.
Scramble for the puck in the crease. Out the play whistle down.
How did that not go in? From my angle, I could see the puck sitting
That's
right
gonna cost him 2 minutes for roughing.
Well, Frandrich, how he does not put this in, he had no idea where this puck was. It was sitting right in the blue paint, and it looked like as he was kind of scrambling to get back to find it. I don't know how he doesn't push it into the net. Face-off win for the United States, puck to the net. Look at him sit there. He's so fortunate that he did not, with that left leg, as he spins down, knock it into the net.
As a goalie who's what's going through your mind in a situation like that?
I mean, the heart rate goes up. You have no idea where the puck is. You just hope. He feels it when it goes underneath his pad, but he's just hoping that he didn't knock it in.
Here comes Reichel, and Sanderson able to knock the puck off the stick, and a penalty will be assessed.
I think it's going to be on Werenski.
It's a slash. Germany to the power play. Back in Milan, 2-0 lead for the United States. Second power play coming up for Germany. Zach Werenski in the box for slashing.
Referee Wes McCauley talking about the slash right there by Zach Werenski. The one-handed desperation. I think the right call made. And we'll see if there's any adjustments here by the Germans on their last penalty kill. Bush made mention the U.S. got some momentum off of it because there was nothing going on, and they scored on their power play right after.
Here's Trocek, crisscrossing with Boldy. With the United States shorthanded. Trocek backhand shot, stick aside by Quantrill, and the puck is over the glass.
Hard play by Faber on the wall off the face-off to knock Stutzla off the puck. Trocek able to go the length of the ice for a good opportunity short-handed.
5 NHL players on the ice for Germany. Draisaitl and Trocek on the draw. Germany controls. This is Seider. Dropping it back for Stutzla. Tim Stutzla into the United States zone. The Turkin directed back out to Draisaitl, and now Seider. Over to Szymanski. Back to Mo Seider. Seider's shot, that's close. Hellebuck hangs on.
Take that shot all day long, Bush, right? Nobody in front of the net. Seider letting it go.
Oh, yeah. Easy save there for Hellebuck. Draisaitl having a heck of a year once again. Exterior power plays in Edmonton, paired up with Connor McDavid. Nothing doing so far for Germany's power play.
How about Szymanski on the ice here, number 44. He's played in 5 games for Edmonton this season. And he gets an opportunity with Draisaitl on the power play. Here at the Winter Olympics, puck just out of the reach of Peterka. It's cleared by Sanderson. Now Seider. Then Stutzla. 1 minute remaining on the power play for Germany. Draisaitl for Peterka. Into the shot, and that's handled by Hellebuck.
Oh, nice entry here by the Germans. And J.J. Peterka gets an opportunity. Having himself a heck of a season at Salt Lake City with Utah Mammoth. It's a quality chance, and thought it maybe could have taken a little bit more ice.
His first power play unit remains out for Germany. Draisaitl wins the draw. Slider across. Stutzla stopped by Hellebuck, and Trocek lifts the puck down ice.
That was a good save there by Hellebuck because that shot was back against the grain. A good right pad save there by Hellebuck.
Here's Stutzla back across. Now Szymanski. The return for Stutzla. Sends the puck around for Draisaitl. Draisaitl watched by Slavin. Out to Seider. There's Seider. The return. Leon Draisaitl. The Germany keeps it. Draisaitl shoots at the flex wide.
Even with the block.
Now Draisaitl once again. Draisaitl back across. Seider fires. And it deflects over the glass.
Well, this is how dangerous this power play can be and can look. They've got it going on right now. Draisaitl walked off the wall, took the shot, and a good shot blocked by Jacob Slavin. And then there you see Mo Seider one-time this puck back and just off the leather of Connor Hellebuck.
Wow. Again, that's another shot there that went against the green end zone. And good job by Hellebuck to fight that off. You don't have to catch all of them. As long as you get a piece of it, you're in good shape. Hellebuck looks sharp here tonight.
First unit remains out for Germany. A couple of players start to come off the bench, and then they stay right here. Got by Stutzla. Stick aside by Hellebuck. Hannafin plays the puck off the stick of Stutzla. With the penalty time winding down. Seider finally heads off. Draisaitl has been out for over 2 minutes. United States back at full strength. Puck taken away by Larkin. Outward pass. Moving in with Gensel. And he's stopped by Quantrill.
Trying to go 5-hole. Right between the goaltender's legs. Not able to cash in.
United States killing off the second Germany power play. And maintaining a 2-0 lead. The United States win of any kind, or a loss in overtime or a shootout, and they clinch their group. Had a bye into the quarterfinal round. Went by Germany in regulation, and they would finish at the top spot in Group C. Shots are 23-14 in favor of Team USA. Goals from Werenski and Matthews. There is Goldie trying to stop the puck across. Now Fishman over for Germany. Puck kept alive by Werenski. Now Getzel with it. Back out to Werenski. Here's Quinn Hughes, carries in behind the net. Off the stick of Matthews. And Quinn Hughes takes it away from Cahoon. Now Germany clears.
Germany's got to really clean up their puck management in their own zone. Turn the puck over at least 3 different times on that last shift. Americans not able to take advantage.
Now Brady Kachuk lifts the puck around. Comes to Quinn Hughes at the left point. Now Werenski with it. Brady Kachuk. Over to Jack Eichel. Eichel, stick handling. Puck deflected out of the zone off Tobias Reeder. Quinn Hughes with it for the United States. Brady Kachuk was held up along the wall by Mueller.
Look, he almost kickstand right into the sideboards right in front of Boucher. It looked like it was going to be a major collision tonight. Head first into the boards.
Shot by Eel. That was blocked by Clayton Keller. And now saved by Hellebuck on Sider. Puck is sent down to the Germany end by Tage Thompson. Sider back to retrieve. Now Draisaitl back on the ice for Germany. Around Thompson with speed. Leon Draisaitl of the Edmonton Oilers. Puck sent towards the net by Tipples. Now Draisaitl moves it back up the boards. Onto the stick of Sider. Fires the puck around. Past Faulkner. And now Germany must reset. Tipples, now Draisaitl. Szymanski. Couldn't get it through to Draisaitl.
Szymanski's got to get a little selfish out here. Every time he gets the puck in the offensive zone, and rightfully so, you should be looking for your captain. But I think there's been ice for Szymanski to take advantage. I think he can be a threat offensively if he gets a little selfish in the offensive zone.
Offside, as Tipples has trouble controlling the puck. 8:50 on the clock, second period, 2-0. United States lead, Bruce.
Yeah, in that first period, guys, I thought the United States really stuck with the game plan. The idea in the first period, early on in games, of course you want to jump out to early leads. That certainly helps. But I think the idea of investing in your game plan and playing below the dots and being relentless on the forecheck, these are ways that you can kind of wear down the opposition. And I thought in that opening 20, the United States did just that. I thought they were winning pucks back and really forcing Germans to have to defend quite a bit. And I know they didn't get the result from much of that period. They do end up getting the late goal, but you really got to admire the way they invested in that opening 20. And now in this second period, a little less of that play in the offensive zone, obviously because I think the Germans have had 2 power plays, allowed their game to get going, but you got to like the patience that the United States showed in that opening 20.
A late goal in the first period in the final 10 seconds scored by Werenski. And then Matthews on the power play early in the second. His second power play goal in this tournament.
I like the second one here better than the first. There's Austin Matthews going to the hard areas, hanging around, because when you go to the front of the net, more times than not, you're going to draw some attention, and then it's going to make life miserable for the goaltender. More bodies that are in front, tougher for the goaltender to see, and they don't ask how, they just ask how many, and that one bounces in off of Austin Matthews, and he'll take it, because he is such an important part of Team USA.
Over the last 5 years, Austin Matthews has led the NHL in goal scoring 3 times, winning the Rocket Richard Trophy. Leon Draisaitl also a member of that club. One carried across by Sanderson. Goldie let it go through. Puts head down into the United States end. No icing. Retrieved by Sanderson. Third game of the preliminary round. Here comes Sanderson. Sanderson, across ice pass. Goldie waits, shoots. Just wide on the deflection. Now Matthews trying to feed the point. Nobody there. Quinn Hughes back on the puck for Team USA.
Sanderson went for a change. That's why there was nobody there.
Puck deflected along by Gensel. Knocked down by Quinn Hughes along the wall. Cahun over for Germany. The Rocket shoots in.
Snapped the stick in half. He wasn't able to get it in deep.
The puck pinned and sent back down by Michaelis. There's Reeder dropping it back. Good stick from Jack Hughes. Trying to get it through to T.T. Miller. Now Quinn Hughes for Miller. Brock Nelson for Jack Hughes. Hughes surveying. Now Hughes shoots and a pass save by Frontrep. Puck comes to Faber. Back out to Jack Hughes. Cross to his brother Quick. Quinn Hughes with an assist in this game. Now Faber. Here is Jack Hughes. Hughes in behind the net. Back out to Quinn Hughes once again. Saved by Frontrep. Long shift in the Germany zone with the Hughes brothers buzzing. And finally Siner finds Nico Stern. Stern wants to cut to the middle, take him to the ice. Quinn Hughes stayed with him.
He tried to sell the call there. Once he got inside, he left his feet awfully easy and right in front of referee Wes McCauley and great non-call.
Teammates in Minnesota, Quinn Hughes and Nico Stern. Catherine.
Well, earlier Boosh was talking about Brady Tkachuk being the spark plug for this team, and he was against Denmark, scoring in the second period to get his team out of that slow slump. Mike Sullivan told us tonight before the game his energy is contagious. He plays hard. He's the ultimate competitor. And he said the one thing that isn't talked about enough about both Brady and Matthew Tkachuk is their intelligence. He said they are smart players. They have the skill. They have the physical ability to make those plays, but it's the intelligence that's overlooked. And before the tournament, he called them the heartbeat of Team USA. And Brady is certainly living up to that tonight, guys.
Next down from Brady and his brother Matthew. Representing the United States, Dad Keith, a four-time Olympian. Brady Tkachuk with that opportunity. And now Draisaitl had it taken away by Tkachuk. Goal with it for Germany. Pass too far for Draisaitl. Picked up by Jacob Slavin. 2-0 lead for the United States. And now they have iced the puck down to 5:48 remaining in period 2.
I'll go a step further on what Casey said about Brady Tkachuk and Matthew with their intelligence. And so I feel like they know how to read the room. They know when their team needs to get engaged. They understand when they have to start mixing it up. They understand when they have to pull back. To me, I don't know that there's a lot of players that understand those moments in a game when those situations warrant getting in there. And I think that's something they deserve a lot of credit for, too.
Germany controls off the face-off wing. Now Hannafin for the United States. Puck kept alive by Reichel. Paterka chasing. Deep to the puck by Slavin. 2-0 lead for Team USA. Kenny Albert, Eddie Olczyk, Brian Boucher, Catherine Tappan. United States hoping for the bye into the quarterfinal round. 8 of the 12 teams in this tournament must play on Tuesday in the playoff round. And then the 4 winners will advance. Here's Streets Thompson with a shot, and that was blocked by Mueller. One comes around to Reichel. 3-on-2 for Germany. Reichel for Stutzler. Defended by Sanderson.
People tried to make a pass there instead of shooting it.
And now it's saved by Hellebuck on Kipling. Late second period, United States leading by 2. This It was 12 years ago today in Sochi. 4 for 6 in the shootout. In the win for the United States over Russia, beating Sergei Bobrovsky. He earned the nickname TJ Sochi.
Legendary stuff. And yes, he did, Kenny.
So the game goes to a shootout here. Following the first 5 shooters for each team. If it is still tied, then you can keep using the same player if you want to.
You could use the TJ Sochi rotation if you want.
That's right. Saved by Frontrip on Austin Matthews. Here comes Draisaitl. Offside is the call. Soccer star Christian Pulisic checking out the action here tonight. As Mike Sullivan's squad has a 2-0 lead over Germany. Goals from Zach Werenski and Austin Matthews. Shots 26-15. Favor of Team USA. Now Mueller back to play the puck for Germany. Quinn Hughes with it. Now Matthews scored the second United States goal. Boldy with a shot stick aside by Frontrip. Boldy fires the puck around. Comes out to the point for Quinn Hughes. Now Gensel had that one blocked off the stick of Michaelis.
Almost 2 man on the ice there for Team USA. I thought Quinn Hughes was going to join you, Boots, again.
Skyler back into the puck. Along with Brock Nelson. Nelson on the ice with Jake Gensel. And Jack Hughes. Puck is out of play.
Team USA has played the 3rd game on each day here at Hockey 1. And when it gets a little bit late in periods and as the game goes on, the ice gets a little rough, it gets a little chippy, gets a little bouncy, what happened at any rink back home in the States. So you have to be aware to make sure that you're making good, hard plays, especially at the blue line, your own blue line, and the offensive blue line. So more straight ahead hockey as the periods go on and the game goes on for either side.
Now JT Miller controls for the United States. Out to Werenski. There have been 3 games a day here at Santa Julia, 1 across town at Rowe Ice Hockey Arena. Just after 10:30 in the evening here in Milan. The United States team got back to the village about 1:15 in the morning local time last night, following the win over Denmark. Here's Faber as the United States goes for a change, leading Germany 2-0. Jack Eichel. Now Brady Kachuk. Matthew Kachuk wants it back out, shot by Faber.
Yes!
Frontrip wants to travel with the glove. It's behind him. Brock Faber gives the United States a 3-0 lead.
Well, KT told that story about the Kachuk brothers. And Matthew Kachuk makes this play. And we got a lot of young hockey players that are watching. Before he gets to this puck along the wall, he takes touched it. Did it not push? Eichel?
That's one where Eichel just has to deny touching it. It's an it's favorite goal. Wow. I mean, although the contact may have been simultaneous with the glove, so hard to tell if Eichel did get a stick on it, but it was more just a stick hitting the glove.
He's probably telling the official that's Faber's goal. That's Faber's goal.
Absolutely.
It's a little slippery there.
Both brothers, Brady and Matthew Kachuk, with assists on the favorite goal.
Matthew Kachuk should have 2 assists. As he made the play, Kenny back to views on the Matthews power play goal.
Fans of USA from the crowd here in the lot. And a 2 to play in the period. 3-0 United States. 2 goals from defensemen, Werenski and Faber. Now Stutzla for Germany. Here's Tipples. Dropping it back for Stutzla. Stutzla knocked off the puck by Boldy, who kicks it along for Brady Kachuk. Now Jack Eichel. Matt Boldy with a shot, and that was blocked. Tipples getting in front of him. United States in control, leading by 3. Here's Matthews, who scored the second goal. Now Gensel carries across. Gensel takes the return pass. Unable to tee up the shot. He was in a bit too deep. Hanifin with it. Now Werenski. Gensel for Boldy. Final minute of the period. Shot misses the net from Hanifin. Sent back around by Gensel for Boldy. Gensel pinned along the boards. Matthews comes in. Now Boldy. Out to the ice by Sider. Austin Matthews took it away from Draisaitl. Puck is covered by Franfred down to 35 seconds.
I'm going to go back to the goal. Here's Matthew Kachuk, and I just want everybody to watch what he does. The puck is over on this side here, but watch it. He'll just take a quick little look. What are my options? And this is the IQ that head coach Mike Sullivan was talking about in that KT report. See him look at Faber. Okay, if I get it, there's nobody there. It's going one place, and that makes the whole play.
Brock Faber playing in his second Olympic Games. Faber and Sanderson, the 2 players on this United States roster, who represented their country as collegians in Beijing when the NHL did not go. Rifle in on the forecheck as Quinn Hughes plays the puck down to the zone. Down to 20 seconds. Played offside. Werenski will take. That's 28-15. Team USA 13-7. Here in the second period. United
That's
States.
the second period.
And you keep the puck going ahead. I talked about the blue lines in that second period. Make sure it's getting out at your blue line, in at their blue line, and force the Germans to come 200 feet.
Goals for Werenski, Matthews, and Faber. And they finally changed that assist to Matthew Kachuk on the Austin Matthews goal, as you thought they would. So Matthew Kachuk with 2 assists in the game. As we begin the third, United States out shooting Germany 28-15. Puck deflected in by Brady Kachuk. Bonner back on it for Germany. Now Quinn Hughes steps up. Redirect just wide by Jack Eichel. Matthew Kachuk back out for Charlie McAvoy. Blocked off in front by Mo Sider. And on Draisaitl. Pass picked off by McAvoy. Oh, big hit there by Bonner on McAvoy. Germany. What has impressed you about the U.S. over these first 40 minutes?
Well, I think it's just right off the bat. Just get the puck in deep, grind away. Bruce talked about it a little bit earlier in that middle part of the first period.
Here comes Stutzler, 2-on-1 with Peterka. Stutzler able to shot with Slavin defending.
I think you got to stick on it, Kenny. Excellent play there by Jacob Slavin.
That was one of the best sticks defensively in the National Hockey League. Now Slavin with the puck into the Germany zone. Mueller is out of there.
A lot of these players are playing banged up. It's not promoted. It's not talked about. They just go out there and do their job. Not looking for any sympathy. Slavin is one of those guys.
Here's Peterka from a tough angle. Puck controlled by Larkin. And now Dylan Larkin carries it into the Germany zone. Here is Keller shooting. Gets the net short side. Wierenski for the United States. Puck hit his own man, Tage Thompson. Now Sanderson steps up. Sanderson winds it around. Larkin trying to set up Keller. Back out it comes for Thompson. Score!
What?
Wierenski for the United States. Puck hit his own man, Tage Thompson. Now Sanderson steps up. Sanderson winds it around. Larkin trying to set up Keller. Back out it comes for Thompson.
Yes!
Tage Thompson, 4-0, Team USA.
What a one-timer this is by Tage Thompson. One of the better shots in the National Hockey League, and it's a shot from distance that he's still able to get plenty on it. Good work by the United States to control the puck in the offensive zone. Larkin able to find Thompson from far out, and it looks like he's kind of falling back. And as he's falling back, still able to get a lot on it. That was a bullet by Thompson. Brandon not able to pick it up.
By Jake Sanderson to get the puck down low, straight ahead. Larkin down there to support. Keller was in front of the net. Trying to get the puck to Keller, that being Larkin initially. That got denied. And then give Thompson credit. He got it in a high slot area and became an option for Larkin.
Shot from long range. So Gawaka is covered up by Hellebuck.
Americans get their fourth goal of the game, second of the tournament for Tage Thompson, the other one on the power play. Such an important part for Team USA. As Mike Sullivan told us, that man right there, not only because of his skill level and his talent level, but one of the big reasons that he made the Olympics for Team USA is that he is right-handed. And especially on the power play, the options that they have, and he has come up large so far here in Milan.
30 goals for the Buffalo Sabres this season, and now 2 in Milan for Team USA. They now lead 4-0. Looking to clinch a bye into the quarterfinal round as the winner in Group C. Quinn Hughes back around. Now Jake Gensel. 3 minutes in, third period. Here's Austin Matthews. Has a goal tonight. Backhands the puck in around Leon Draisaitl. Sider with it for Germany. Here's Dominic Cahoon. Draisaitl, stripped by Matthews. This Germany squad with 7 current NHL players led by Draisaitl. Stoops with Snyder. Young stars in the NHL. Puck deflected away from Draisaitl. Cleared ahead by Faber. Brady Tkachuk looking to force the puck out. Now it's Jacob Slavin. Hemmed in by Tipples. Brady Tkachuk clears. He hits the ice. And now it's Fistman back into the United States zone. Brady Tkachuk. Now through the neutral zone. Hit by Cahoon. Couldn't get it deep. Final game of the preliminary round.
Somebody barking at Brady Tkachuk from that German thing.
But the Jets not fun to play against. What was their bad?
I like the USA Hockey, and I got a chance to play with them. The first game for the National Hockey League.
You gave the nickname, right?
Sure did.
Steve Kachuk, nicknamed Big Walt. Walter Kachuk was an NHL player back in the 70s and 80s. Different spelling, no relation.
No relation, Kenny.
But Blue says, you know, he loves tagging those nicknames on folks.
Sits at home and thinks about it.
A lot of free time.
There's Quinn Hughes. Towards the net through the crease.
Loves that stuff.
Oh, he does. That mind's always working. 24/7. Puck control by Stusla. Now JT Miller. Over for the United States. Puck knocked down by Peterka. Sent ahead by McAvoy for Quinn Hughes.
Peterka had right around in front of the net, just couldn't get it to him. He was all by himself. Oh, there's Sire.
Sire on Brock Nelson. Jack Hughes with a shot. Puck played at center by Werenski. Scored that huge goal with 9 seconds remaining in the first period to give the United States the lead.
After 2 failed clears by the Germans.
Matthews in favor of the second. Thompson here in the third.
Boldy did a good job of staying with Draisaitl on that breakout for the Germans.
Shot by Fisman, blocked by Werenski, sent back around by Tiffels. Draisaitl with the puck. Pushed to the board tonight by Faber, or excuse me, by Boldy. And now it's Austin Matthews with Boldy. Here's Boldy, back out Werenski. Return for Boldy. Werenski stopped by Contreras. On a give and go.
That is good.
Draisaitl, Tiffels had it taken away by Werenski. And now a 3-on-2 for the United States. Gensel, now Matthews. A return for Gensel. Draisaitl unable to clear. Here's Hannafin for Sanderson. Score!
Do you get it?
It is 5-0. United
He
States.
did it! Yes!
Matthews runs to the net. And also Matthews leads the celebration line.
Well, you heard the great interview that KT did with Austin Matthews in between periods. And he talked about yesterday's game against Denmark. For the first half of the game, they were not connected. And they needed to come out here in a big way. And Matthews, think about his 2 goals here tonight, Bush. Right standing near the blue paint, and this one actually in the blue paint.
Yeah, settled it earlier in the game, right? I mean, just getting bodies and funneling pucks there. Good things are bound to happen. That line, to me, Matthews line with Gensel and Boldy, their best game so far in this tournament. And Boldy, 7 shots coming into this period. I mean, they've been dominant. And good to see them get rewarded for their good play here in this third game against Germany.
Third point for Matthews, 2 goals and an assist. Sanderson and Hannafin pick up the assist. Sanderson with a pair here in the third period. So the United States now leading 5-0 as Brady Tkachuk comes together after the whistle with Lawrence Spooner.
Muller's been taking a run. He took a run at Matthew Tkachuk right before this, and Brady Tkachuk there at the end. So keep an eye on that battle as this last 12:40 on the clock expires. So we talked about Brady, and now we're going to talk about Matthews. The first goal there by Austin Matthews on a power play. Watch the pass right here by Matthew Tkachuk. Knowing where the open ice is, gets to Quinn Hughes, and then the redirect by Matthews into the back of the net, and then the goal by Brock Faber. The headiness, the IQ, knowing what you're going to do before the puck. Not pretty, but certainly a lot of hockey IQ and smarts, knowing what you're going to do with the puck before you get it. Let's take a listen to the younger Tkachuk. Here's Brady.
Oh, yeah.
go. Come on, boys. Keep going. On our toes. On our toes. Watch will give us another call. Right there. I'll take it. I want it.
Boldy's stick there, and you want to give him a little credit there for his stick being nice on the goal. But I mentioned a little bit earlier, I got a chance to play with his dad, Keith Kachuk, and they both had similarities on how they play. But when I really look at Brady, a lot of the same mannerisms, the same demeanor, the same nastiness and toughness, and just reading the room as both players are able to do. And that apple did not fall far from the tree when you talk about the Kachuk boys. Their dad taught them a lot about the game of hockey, but the one thing that maybe I love most about what the man known as Big Walt taught his boys is how important the trainers and the training staff are of a hockey player, because they are the lifeline of every hockey player. And Big Walt learned, I'd like to think he learned from a lot of older guys in his career, and then he took that throughout his great NHL career. And his boys, from what I understand, talking to a lot of the trainers that have had both Kachuk brothers, is they are very similar to their dad, and that's pretty awesome to know and pretty awesome to see, because the trainers are the best of a lifeline of a hockey player and a hockey team.
Their dad Keith played in 23 Olympic Games, representing the United States. That's the most all time by an American at the Winter Olympics in men's hockey. Keith Kachuk, also a teammate of Mike Sullivan with the Phoenix Coyotes, the head coach of this U.S. squad.
I don't know if I mentioned it too, but boy, Brady sounds like this guy.
Here is McAvoy behind the net, stuff the tent. Puck lines up behind the goal. Pops over the stick and Sanderson. Around behind, away from Thompson, now McAvoy. Back over to Tage Thompson. Thompson, as he was falling to the ice, able to throw the puck out in front, knocked down by McAvoy.
Well, he had Gill busting in behind him. Might have had an odd-man situation.
Now Trocheck, Larkin taken to the boards. Larkin able to hit. And now Tipples plays the puck for Germany. 5-0 lead for the United States.
Good stick sleeve in there.
Team USA has watched the puck. Catherine.
Well, Austin Matthews with a big game tonight. His mother, Emma, was born and raised in Mexico, and in order to support Austin's youth hockey career, she worked multiple service jobs. There were few rinks in Scottsdale, Arizona, so he grew up playing at Arcadia Ice Arena. It's described as one sheet of ice in an otherwise shabby structure, but better than nothing in a community where ice is hard to come by, guys. His father, Brian, and grandfather, they wanted him to play baseball, but he preferred the action of hockey and loved scoring goals, as we can see tonight. So his mom did everything she could to get him out there, provide for him. And now his influence on youth hockey in Arizona is unmatched. He's an icon. Kids know him. And his number 34 is seen throughout the communities.
Thanks, Catherine. And you remember that goal Alex Ovechkin scored as a rookie, the spectacular goal in Phoenix?
I saw that, yeah. It was. I mean, he beat an outstanding goaltender, I know that.
Oh, it did. Who happens to be working with us tonight. A young Austin Matthews was in the stands that night. Watching that game, witnessing history.
Bruce, you're taking a little credit for the impact that he had on Austin Matthews.
I inspired him to score goals by watching one of the greatest goals ever scored. Thanks a lot, Kenny.
He loves that stuff, doesn't he, Boog?
Austin Matthews with a pair tonight. Inspired as a youngster by Bruce.
The world took notice, and I'll be quite honest, the National Hockey League took notice that American-born players could play and be in the best league in the world. And all of us that came after, alums of USA Hockey, a big thank you to that 1980 Miracle on Ice team to open up the doors for the players that came after.
Including a 17-year-old Eddie Olczyk 4 years later, representing the United States in Sarajevo. Dave Christian is in the building tonight.
A member of that 80 team.
He is Brock Nelson's uncle. Brock scored 2 goals in the opening game against Latvia. I mentioned earlier, the United States in the game just before the Miracle on Ice that we just saw against Russia. They beat West Germany 4-2. Dave Christian had 3 assists in that game.
He was such a smart player.
Score! Stutzla puts Germany on the board.
There's a couple of things to love about this play by Tim Stutzla. But the patience with the puck to hold on and not shoot the puck and just wait for an opportunity for the defense to go sliding by and then be able to create the chance. It's Noah Hanifin that goes right by him, and Stutzla goes left side on Connor Hellebuck.
And Hellebuck knew that Reichel was on that back post, so that kept him back a little bit. You have to kind of respect that that guy's on that back post, and when he was back like that, that allowed Stutzla to have a little bit more space to go upstairs. A good finish by Stutzla. He's able to break the shutout for Hellebuck.
Here comes Stutzla again. Stutzla from Paterka. Now low sider. That's left by Hellebuck. We talked about Stutzla in our opening segment. It is his 4th goal here in Milan. Now tied with Backlund Celebrini for the tournament lead. And he sets a record for German players in Olympics involving players from the NHL.
One thing that he can't do so well, and he's got great skill level, but he gets great separation.
Hellebuck stopping Eel with 8:04 remaining.
When he gets that puck on the stick, he gives himself some time. And you mentioned Davey Christian. There he is, Kenny.
Watching his nephew, Brock Nelson, a member of the 1980 U.S. Olympic team.
He's a tremendous all-around player.
The 1960 gold medal winning squad included Brock Nelson's grandfather, Billy, his great-uncle, Roger, and then his uncle, 20 years later, 1 goal. One of the other Olympic Games between the United States and Germany in Salt Lake in 2002, Mike Richter with a shutout, 5-0. The United States has won 9 of 10 against Germany at the Olympics. 5-1 lead for the U.S. here tonight. The winner of Group C in the United States is less than 8 minutes away. Will receive a bye into the quarterfinal round and will be lined up to play the winner of the 7-10 game between Sweden and Latvia. They did not reseed after the playoff round. Canada, it appears, will be the 1 seed. Germany offside. The United States needed to win this game by 10 goals in order to get that 1 seed. Slovakia 3, Finland 4.
I think once Canada did what they did this afternoon, I think the thought of that 1 seed for the United States pretty much went out the door. And I think for the United States, they had to find a way to play a solid 60 minutes, right? Mike Sullivan talked about it, the details, defending, understanding that every play matters. I think we've seen that here tonight in this game. This has been the most complete game for the United States. And I feel like this opponent in Germany was exactly what they needed. I think the other two opponents, it's easy to kind of look past them. You play a lot of offense. You don't really have to worry about playing defense. And in this game, there's a couple of star players on Germany that you got to make sure that you check hard, check well. And for the most part, the United States has done it. And this is a good test for the United States. And I feel like they passed with flying colors, considering they're up 5-1 here late in the third period.
Canada, as the 1 seed, would face the winner of the 8-9 match, Czechia and Denmark. Quarterfinal will take place on Wednesday, following the playoff round on Tuesday. So the 4 teams who win their playoff round matchup would have to come back the next day to take on one of the top 4 seeds. Done by Fishman off the side of the cage, out in front, and is covered by Connor Hellebuck. NHL players participating at the Winter Olympics, first time since 2014. Well, the first 5 days have certainly not disappointed on the men's side. Canada, 3 wins, outscoring their opponents 20-3. The United States about to make it 3-0. Wins over Latvia, Denmark, now leading Germany 5-1. Puck came out of the zone, sent back in offside.
Gretzky having some trouble with the ice, a smile to the bench. I've seen a lot of players on this ice surface wipe out at times, and then Neto made mention about the ice late periods. I also think the amount of walking they have to do from where their locker rooms are to where they come to this arena, I feel like there's a lot of foot traffic, and perhaps sometimes their blades can get mixed up. Good players fall a lot in these Olympics so far. I think some of it has to do with the ice, and some of it has to do with just the foot traffic where they have to walk towards the ice that can certainly damage the blades at times.
It's about a 3 to 4 minute walk from the pregame locker room to the ice. The goaltenders driven on golf carts. But then once the game starts, there are game locker rooms. But because there are 3 games in a day, one of these coaching staff has to shuffle around a bit.
It's kind of like the way that relief pitchers used to come in Major League Baseball there, Kenny, right? We used to drive them in on the big hand carts there.
Bruce might be too young to remember those.
Oh, I remember those days. And Montreal Expos used to do it, right? They did? Olympic Stadium? That's the way to do it.
I heard you lobbied for a similar situation for backup goaltenders when entering the game.
Get driven in into your crease.
Yep. Conserve a little energy.
Save the legs.
I know when I played, there were some general managers that wanted to drive me right to the airport and get rid of me.
No matter what the mode of transportation.
Forget staying in town. Just go ahead.
5-1 lead for the United States over Germany.
The real route to put Sweden into the gold medal game. Score! Sweden has won! Shocking.
This is something that I don't think anybody in the world of women's hockey would ever have expected.
The other states have advanced to the semi-final round. They will take on Sweden. Rematch of the semi-final game from 2006.
Team Sweden have nothing to lose. The Americans, they're dominating. We're having a head-to-head clash again. We got to win this game and keep pushing on.
long that happens at Buffalo. United States has had the edge in 4 of the previous 5, losing in 2006 in the upset.
I think it's a key for this semi for the U.S.
They've been dominant at it. They've outscored their opponents 26-1. They've won all 5 games, 4 straight shutouts. Just more of the same.
Just play. Yeah, just play.
Canada will take on Switzerland in the other semifinal matchup. Canada, 5 gold medals. United States, 2. On the women's side at the Olympics since 1998. Struck by McAvoy, missed the net. Puck comes back out to Quinn Hughes. His mom is a part of the staff. He's a player development coach with the U.S. women's team. Here's Quinn Hughes once again.
0-6 for the goaltender.
Got it pass, deflected off his skate of Reeder.
Trips got it back.
Now McAvoy. After 5 minutes remaining, here's Paige Thompson. About half of this men's team attended one of the women's games here in Milan. Now Dylan Market, backhand shot, and that's stopped and held by Ron Trent. Down to 4:46 on the clock. Catherine.
Well, I was with the Team USA women earlier today, and they are fired up for that matchup against Sweden tomorrow. And Kenny, you know this, but it's just fun to watch this youthful joy that they are playing with. They all say that there's something special about that group in the locker room. A nice blend of young players and the veteran presence of players like Kendall Coyne-Schofield and Hillary Knight and Lee Steckline. And looking forward to seeing them tomorrow night. And I know a number of these men are hoping to see them advance as well to that gold medal match.
Hillary Knight, a 5-time Olympian, the captain. Kendall Coyne-Schofield with a couple of goals in the last game. And the newcomers, the first-time Olympians, have all been major factors. Shot by Sider, misses the net. Picked up by Brady Tkachuk. Back behind the play, Matthew Tkachuk is tied up with Leon Draisaitl. Canada into the top seed in Group A, Slovakia in Group B. As Matthew Tkachuk has run off to the box for the United States. In control, leading this game 5-1 as they look to wrap up Group C with a perfect 3-0 record.
They've been going at it all night. If it hasn't been Matthew, it's been his brother Brady. They've had a couple of run-ins with Leon Draisaitl.
An unsportsmanlike conduct call. Third power play for Germany. Puck is wrapped around by Brock Faber. Talked about the rivalry, Calgary and Edmonton, during Matthew Tkachuk's time with the Flames, and then 2 consecutive Stanley Cup Final Series. Florida Panthers defeated the Edmonton Oilers in 7, and then 6. Puck cleared by Slavin.
It's not coincidence that the turnaround and the successful last handful of years went hand in hand with the addition of Matthew Tkachuk becoming a Florida Panther.
No doubt. Following a trade from Calgary. 3 straight trips to the final. There's Draisaitl. Now Peterka. McAvoy. Puck is cleared. Down to 3:20 remaining. United States with goals from Goretzky in the first, Matthews in favor in the second, Thompson and Matthews here in the third. Perkins pass blocked off by J.T. Miller.
There's Sanderson up on Peterka.
There's Fitzman for Germany in with a shot. That's blocked by Miller.
The whole U.S. bench to the left of me. Everybody banging their sticks on the bench. Great block there by J.T. Miller. The big role that he has to play on this team, and talking to Mike Sullivan and how willing and acceptable he was of the role to be a penalty killer. He and Vincent Trocheck. Good stuff there by JT Miller.
And the recognition you mentioned at Bush, you heard it, you saw it. All those players on that bench recognizing the shot block by Miller there. And also the head equipment manager for Team USA, Chris Capetto, is also in that role with the New Jersey Devils with a pat on the back of JT Miller.
Ball forced out by Larkin.
New Jersey Devil trainer patting a New York Ranger player on the back there. I'm sure that doesn't happen very often, but when you're at the Olympics and representing Team USA, absolutely. So, nice shot there by the man known as Frosty. Acknowledging JT Miller's effort there on that shot block.
We were talking about Miller and Trocheck. Penalty has expired. They grew up playing youth hockey together in the Pittsburgh area. Now teammates on the U.S. Olympic team and doing a tremendous job on the penalty kill as a unit.
That's their role. That's exactly what Mike Sullivan's asked them to do.
Here's Bowlby looking for the stick of Matthews, who has scored twice. Hatfield kept the puck in at the line. Under 2 minutes remaining.
Matthews looking for the HP here.
Germany with a goal from Stutzler.
Good defensive play by Matthews here to shut that play down.
Took it away from Nico Sturm. Shot missed the net off the stick of Kingla. And it's cleared by Werenski. So the United States will look ahead to the quarterfinal round on Wednesday against the winner of Tuesday's game between Sweden and Latvia. No icing, down to a minute 10. That goal at the end of the first period, Eddie, huge.
And again, can't emphasize enough. The Germans had a chance to clear it 2 different times. Werenski with a keep in. Larkin got hit hard. His teammate with the Redmonds there, Mo Sider, got him up high, but Werenski kept the play alive, and then Matt Boldy kept the play alive, and eventually the puck ends up into the back of the net for Team USA.
Down to a half minute remaining. Right here, the circles back. Here comes Trocheck. Starting with the puck down to 15. So Germany will finish with a record of 1-2. They will be in the number 6 slot. As the second place team coming out of Group C.
We won! Yes!
Germany will play France in the playoff round in the 6-11 game. The United States defeating Germany here today 5-1. They clinch Group C.